This time, our episode is truly dramatic and intense. We're exploring episode 6, The Endless Thirst of Under the Dome. The episode begins with Chester's mill still shaken from the failed missile strike. The dome remains unscathed, and the people inside are starting to feel the crushing weight of isolation. But this time, a new crisis unfolds. The town runs out of water. The accident that changes everything. It all starts when Alice, Nori's mom, feeling faint due to her diabetes and lack of insulin, stumbles onto the road. A truck swerves to avoid her and crashes into the town's only water tower, destroying it. The tower bursts open, and gallons of clean water spill uselessly into the ground. This single moment sends shockwaves through the town. With the well water poisoned and the tower destroyed, people realize they are now cut off from fresh water entirely. Supermarket looting begins. Word spreads fast and panic takes over. At the local grocery store, crowds form and people begin looting supplies. The store is overwhelmed. Linda, the acting sheriff, tries to calm people down, but she's quickly overrun. Barbie, helping her, pulls out some crowd control tactics. He throws down tear gas from the station's emergency supplies, barely managing to disperse the crowd. But the damage is done. Law and order in Chester's mill is slipping fast. Rose's death. Meanwhile, Angie, recently escaped from Junior's captivity, runs to Rose's diner for help. But fate has another cruel turn. Looters attack the diner for food and money. Rose, trying to protect Angie, is brutally killed. Angie is knocked unconscious and nearly dragged off by the attackers. Thankfully, Barbie arrives in time, fights off the attackers and rescues Angie. He takes her to the clinic where she's treated. The dome creates rain. As the town spirals into chaos, something miraculous happens. Rain begins to fall from inside the dome. People rush outside with buckets and pots. Julia wonders aloud. Maybe the dome is trying to help us, reassure us. The rain becomes a symbol of hope. For a moment the chaos slows. People collect water. Some smile for the first time in days. Joe and Nori's connection to the dome. Joe and Nori, still disturbed by their seizures, search for insulin for Alice. At the same time, they speak to Dodie and Julia, who are investigating a strange screech on the radio. Joe explains that the signal stops whenever he and Nori touch the dome at the same time. They recreate the seizure in front of Julia and Dodie, confirming their connection to the dome. This convinces Julia that the dome isn't just a wall. It might be alive or at least responsive. Power consolidation. Elsewhere, Big Jim Rennie sees opportunity in crisis. He negotiates with Ollie Dinsmore, who owns a working well. In exchange for propane, Jim gets access to fresh water, securing his position as a town power broker. Meanwhile, Jim finds Angie recovering and offers her a deal. Keep Junior's secret, and I'll make sure you and your brother are safe, with food, power, and protection. It's not a request, it's leverage. Angie is trapped again, this time by politics, not chains. New bonds and broken trust. That night, under the rain, Barbie and Julia, after all they've been through together, kiss for the first time. It's not just romance. It's survival bringing people closer. Meanwhile, Junior, now wearing a deputy's uniform, sees Barbie and immediately threatens him, still harboring jealousy and rage. Junior, I'll see you behind bars, Barbie. Mark my words. Episode ends with lingering questions. The episode ends on a mixed note of hope and danger. Rain gave the town temporary relief. But for how long? Joe and Nori have a strange connection to the dome. But what does it mean? Big Jim is consolidating power. But can he be trusted? Angie is free but still not safe. And Barbie is starting to feel like the only real protector in town. Episode 6 showcases the psychological breakdown of a society trapped and cut off. How easily civilization crumbles when resources vanish. It also hints at the dome's conscious presence, adding a layer of science fiction mystery. And behind it all, personal power struggles are intensifying, especially between Barbie, Big Jim and Junior.